Hi, welcome back to Mood Science, where we talk about emotional well-being and how to make yourself feel better. And this video is basically about what to do when you wake up feeling sad, how to get to the bottom of it and feel better. As you can see, I'm wearing makeup in this video, and I just look generally like I'm going somewhere, and that's because I am going somewhere. That's why. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm also filming in my sister's room because my sister has gone at uni, and I thought, okay, let me film in her room because it's so hot today and I was boiling in my room, so I decided to take my sister's instead. So yeah, different saying. But yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so I actually woke up feeling sad this morning, and so I decided to obviously I'm not sad anymore, and that's because I managed to get myself from a place of sadness of feeling okay, I'm happy, I know what I'm doing, I feel like my life is going in a good direction. But I did not feel like that this morning, so I decided what to do was to actually take you through step by step what I did to make myself feel better, because I thought that's just better than saying oh, these are the things you should do, actually taking the opportunity to demonstrate on myself. So the following is a recording that I made this morning when I was feeling down. I was still in bed, and I just recorded how I was feeling on my phone and the actions that I had started taking, basically. So I'm going to play that for you now, and then after that I'm going to continue filming and explaining what I did to make myself feel better, because I write it down in my journal, basically. So enjoy. Hi. So basically, this morning I woke up not feeling good about myself, and so I decided to kind of document making myself feel better. So instead of making a video about hey, this is how you make yourself feel better, I've decided, okay, I'm just gonna document what I've been doing. So wake up this morning not feeling great, feeling a bit down, feeling a bit, things aren't going to plan how I want them in my life and things like that. So I'll explain what I did today. Spoke to a friend, ranted to her a bit. And then afterwards I watched my YouTube video, the last video that I made. Yeah, the presentation one, the one about accepting yourself and your emotions. And then after I did that, then the idea came into my head, sometimes when I'm feeling sad and I'm trying to kind of figure out oh, how do I make myself feel inspiration again or feel happier again, I might get certain songs that will pop into my head, and I'll know okay, if I listen to this song and I sing this song, then I'll feel better. So that's what happened after I watched the video. I got the idea to listen to Glow in the Dark by Diggy Simmons. I listened to that song, and I'm basically going to keep going, doing various different activities and techniques, and I'll basically, yeah, document it. That's basically the recording, and so I'm going to tell you step by step what I did after that. So step one, I would say I listened to music that reflected how I felt. Yeah, that's basically what I wrote down. So I listened to music that helped me express my emotions, and I just asked myself, what songs do I like listening to? What I like listening to now, whether it's something that's going to inspire me, or whether it's something that's going to just help me get out my emotions and get out my anger, and listen to angry music or sad music and just really express myself, sang along to it. So I did that for at least maybe 20 minutes to half an hour. After that I didn't feel the need to kind of dwell in the emotions so much anymore. And then after that, when I felt I was clearer on knowing what my feelings were, then I basically decided, okay, this is the time for me to sit down and talk to myself. So I'm basically going to read you what happened in the conversation with myself, because I kind of wrote down the gist of the conversation afterwards. But I basically decided to talk to myself as if I was a friend, and I said to myself, I love you, tell me what is on your mind. So I was experiencing like feelings of like rejection and wanting approval from others. That was something that came up that I was feeling, as well as like certain events and conversations that I had that I felt like I just didn't like the way that they went. Um, and so I proceeded to give myself loving advice, and I hugged myself and I showed myself love and affection, and then I told myself, um, I love you no matter what. Your heartbeat is literally the reason I'm alive. I live for you and I would do anything for you, and you are my number one. So that's basically what I told myself. And then after flattering myself, I lay in bed and I relaxed for about 15 to 20 minutes, and I just let my self-love like sink in. So I just kind of like relaxed and like chilled, just like knowing like, okay, I love myself. I don't know who's horning outside. Oh my gosh. Cars. Oh my gosh, someone is speeding on the road outside while I'm filming this video. So rude. Yeah, so I just kind of lay in bed and like let the self-love sink in, and just kind of felt like, okay, I got my back, everything's gonna be okay. I love and accept myself, and I know people love me and stuff, and it doesn't really matter about other people because I am my number one anyway. And I'm capable of like manifesting like whatever people and situations and scenarios that I want. So I really shouldn't get hung up on like what I think may or may not have gone like right or wrong in conversations that I've had with other people. And then after I had that nap, basically, I kind of got up and like started my day again. So obviously, like if you have like work, it's the weekend for me, so I was able to do that. But if you have work, you probably may not be able to go to bed and like get up again. So I would say if you have like work or something that you need to do that day, then I would say listen to the music on the way. So listen to the music on the way, and when you're walking down the street, then kind of take that chance to like, and talk to yourself, or maybe get out the notes in your phone and like write a note to yourself and have that conversation that way. Like I've done it that way before when I'm out and like I can't just sit and talk to myself. Like I'll just like use my notes on my phone and just write a letter to myself and be like, hey, what's up, or just write some encouragement to myself. But like showing yourself self-love is very key in times that you're upset, because literally that just might be the one thing that makes you feel better and that cheers you up, and you may not need anything else. So I got up again and I started getting ready for my day. So I started getting dressed because I have an event to go to today, and I started listening to happy music and love songs because I just naturally felt like listening to this. And my favorite singer is Pia Mia, and she has like a lot of love songs, especially on her most recent album, The Gift 2. So I was listening to songs on there, like yeah, so I was listening to songs on there, and I was celebrating my love for myself while doing this. And I realized that I had underlying fears that were actually probably the real reason why I felt uneasy. So I thought that I felt uneasy because I was worrying about what other people thought about me, and like feeling like rejected and like lost in myself and stuff. And it turns out that that lost feeling was actually stemming from something else. And as I was listening to the music and I was kind of cheering myself up and I had like this open communication with myself, I actually realized that there was another more important underlying problem that came up. And the core reason I felt uneasy was that I was scared of the future, because the current work that I'm doing is basically coming to an end, like in less than in about like 6-7 weeks, so like less than 2 months, right? And it's time for me to start applying for jobs so that I can continue to work, because it's important to me like to be making a contribution to the world. I don't want to go long periods of time without working or without giving anything to the world. And so because that's important to me, that was what was making me feel uneasy, the fact that I was kind of subconsciously, without realizing, like allowing myself to procrastinate, because I was allowing myself to be held back by these feelings of, I feel sad and I feel like other people don't like me as much as they should, and blah blah blah. And I was just letting all of that like kind of cover over like what I was really feeling and what was really important to me, which was the fact that I felt like, oh my gosh, like I'm kind of slacking, like I'm not doing what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. Like I hadn't posted a YouTube video, for example. I made one last week, but I didn't like the way it came out because I was so tired in the video, so I didn't upload it. And so one of the things I knew was like, okay, I need to upload a YouTube video today. That's one of the things. And I need to do job applications, and I need to be looking around and see what I'm doing next. And so figuring that out now has made me realize, okay, this is the core of what was making me feel uncomfortable. This is the core of what was making me feel bad. And so I basically got my journal, which I have here. It's the fluffy one, the one that's in my paper chase haul. It's literally so nice because if you look at the pages, it has like a smiley face in it. How can you be like sad when you're writing on pages that have like a smiley face in the background? Like, oh, I love this journal. But yeah, so let me think. Yeah, so living a life of purpose is like really important to me. And I guess that kind of fear of like, oh my gosh, what if I finish this and like I don't have a job for a long period of time and I'm not doing anything? That was what the real underlying issue was, and I would have never found that out if I just accepted, if I just got out of bed and accepted, okay, you know, I feel bad, I'm having a bad day, and I just kind of didn't really give myself love and didn't open up communication with myself and like look to explore like what the underlying issue is. So obviously I've made a to-do list, which includes all the things I've said before, you know, looking for like a new job. So yeah, so that's basically like what I did, you know. I woke up feeling sad. I didn't fully know why. Like there was like this cover reason that was actually hiding a core reason, which was more important and was linked to an action that I need to take in life. And I'm very, very happy that I managed to figure out the core reason. I won't be sitting here knowing the actions that I need to take now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video because it's getting a bit long and I don't want to go too over time. Like, subscribe and comment down below. This is Mood Science. We talk about emotional well-being here and how to feel better. And I will see you next week. Bye.